How's it, everybody? Welcome back to the Positive Hour with Travis and Brother Nate.
What's up?
Today's topic is going to be about self-empowerment, helping you get through stuffs or problems you guys might have or dealing with or going through on every factor. I'll let Nate start it off.
Anyway, aloha everyone. I want to talk about like self-empowerment. You find yourself sometimes when you majority of the time you face your issues or you going through things by yourself. When you're alone or when you have time to think about the things that really bother you instead of so self-empowerment is trying to find the will in yourself to overcome whatever obstacles you face, whether it be mental or physical. It's about trying to strengthen yourself and finding ways to keep you happy and motivated to do the best for your health or for your well-being, for your family. So like when you're facing trials, and troubles, we as men or we have to really buckle down and pull through in the front lines, it kind of thing. So we talk about self-empowerment, like what is our goals or what keeps us or wakes us up in the morning, whatever that topic is for you. For instance, mine is my wife and my kids. I get up for them, I work for them, I try to be healthy, I try to live my life. That is my motivation to push on forward, especially when I'm down and out and I feel like I can't take it anymore. I sit back and I reflect of, if I fall apart, who else gonna fall apart? Who else is gonna suffer if I can't pull myself together enough to help my family or help someone? Some people might think, oh, nah, that's not your problem, Nate. That's and true. But some people might think that is my problem. So I'm different. I like to help people. I like to take on as much trouble as I can to and test my fortitude of how much I can handle and how much I really can take. Because down the line, when we face challenges or when our families face challenges, we don't want them to fail. We don't want to fail. So the more we can put on ourselves, the more we can take, I feel, the better we are to persevering through our troubles. And when it comes up, we will remember the lesson that was learned, and we can push forward, and we have an answer and a solution. And that's self-empowerment, knowing how to fix your own troubles and your own issues by yourself before asking for professional help or anyone else's help. Trying to take on your own burden before like you can actually like pass it on to someone else who may have another burden and trying to get through their stuff and they're struggling too, or you can meet in the middle and common ground and work it out together, which is also very good. And then you self-empower both each other. So it's depending on what you feel. What you think, Trav?
No, I like your approach. I think Nate has a different approach from mine, for sure. When everybody's going to have their own that is trying to push through on their own. They figure out, you got to figure out your own way of pushing through on certain things. Mine's, I would say, is I look at what the situation is and try to figure out what is the solution that would possibly work. That's what I think, and I usually
That's
dig
good.
into it. I mean, granted, I would say with kids, I'm not the greatest on that, but I try to see. I play a mental game to try to see how it works. If I notice that yelling is not working, when I'm calmer and I do this, does it work? And stuff like that I try to do. But as far as what I know I'm really good at pushing through on is other things that I don't let up on at all. So like for whatever it is, if it's I want to lose weight, I'm going to do everything in there. If I want to figure out like my family history, if it's high blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes is what runs in there. What is things that I can do to help prolong it, or hopefully never get it. I mean, it takes a lot of discipline and stuff. It's not easy, but I usually look at that and try to do what it is. And then of course my doctor said it doesn't matter. You could do everything right, and you could still just get it. It doesn't matter. Your liver is gonna do what it is because it's hereditary. But I'm not gonna sit back and let that be the one answer for all. I'm gonna make sure, like, hell no, I'm gonna fight to the end. It's kind of like when we're telling the boys we're gonna be playing paintball. I said, brah, don't think that I'm gonna say I give up, bro. You better shoot me because I'm gonna shoot you first, bro. It don't matter to me. I'm going out swinging. So that's just my mentality I'm pushing through and how I kind of look at it. And the other part that helps with trying to push through on everything is, I think if you have other people that's there with a good intent, I would say, or want to help you, I would think is like really, 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 really good. Like that's something that will just help you move you faster to the next level than to just keep you stuck on where you're at. Like they'll kind of like, if you're hitting the wall and they're like, no, just come on, let's go. You could do it. You could do it. That little piece will help you get through it. And once you break through that barrier, then it's a whole different spectrum of everything. What do you think, Nate?
No, that's very important. You know, my friend, I had this old Hawaiian guy used to tell me, every day in the morning, you look at the mirror and you go like that to yourself. You look at the mirror and you go like that and say, you need it in this world. He tell me, boy, he said, you need it in this world. You're going to make a difference. You're gonna work hard and you A-okay. You know, like Maui say, Maui no ko oe. He'll say the same thing. Say, Nathan, you're the best. You know, it's about inside you. You don't have to show it and be very prideful outside, but inside your heart and your mind, you know you're the best. And like Travis was saying, nobody gonna wane you from your belief. Nobody gonna wane you or persuade you to do something else, to do different. But what you tend to do in self-empowering yourself, telling yourself you're strong, telling yourself you're smart, telling yourself you can do it, telling yourself, hey, I can push through if I study this. If I really want to do this, or I really want to know how to fix my health, study, check it out. You know, look at the foods you eat, look at your exercise regimen. Like Travis was saying, look at the people around you with the positive attitude. That's the important thing of also staying strong within yourself, is who you be around. You know, who are you around? Are you around naysayers, or are you around people who always gonna got your back and say you can do it? And you know. And the word, my uncle used to tell me, this isn't a good one. He goes, I hate the word I cannot.
Oh,
I hate the word I can't. If you cannot, be honest with yourself. Just say, I won't do it.
Yeah.
That's even better. That's even better because, instead of telling people, when people trying to push you to do a thing and you say you cannot, don't tell them that. If you don't want to do it, tell them, I don't want to do it. That's not what my personal goal is. I want to work on these areas, but never say I cannot, because you can. If you really buckle down, you can. If you really study and you really want to get better at things, all you gotta do is study. Me with guitar, me with lifting weights. When I was trying to do things naturally, I found out ways how I can do it. I had more water in my system. I put more carbohydrates in my system, and I then I get a pump in my muscles. I start off super heavy, and then I go off light. I found out I was getting stronger and I was getting bigger, and that's what my goal was. But if I never study and take time to really check out what my body was going through, I would never know what to do. And then I would never be able to help people who wanted to gain weight through muscle mass in sports, like how I help my nephew and things like that. But you have to go through regimens and study what you want to do. And you have to empower yourself with the knowledge and the will to get it done. What do you think, Trev?
No, for sure. I agree with all of that. I especially like the I can't or cannot. If you say that, you didn't even try. And if you said you tried, you didn't try hard enough. Like, I mean, I'm not going to ask you, can you deadlift 1,000 pounds? Like, okay, I can't do that. That's smart, but I can try. You know what I mean? I mean, I know it's not going anywhere. You could say that kind of things, but I definitely agree with Nate with the I can't. And it's really, really hard because you're gonna battle yourself in your mind. You will battle yourself, and you're gonna be like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this, but you can. It just takes time. Everybody, like people, a lot of, especially nowadays, especially the newer generation, is all about immediate. Their dopamine is quick, right? Like video games when we played, I mean, for people that was born in the 80s, 90s, you know, you had to work for it. You lucky when in the 80s, there was no saves. You had to beat the game in one goal, baby. That was it. You had nothing else. But, you know, and then as we went, we had saves, and then, you know, you still had to work for games. There was things that was taught in those. Nowadays, you play video games. It's all about how much money you spend is how good of things you're going to get. There's no, you worked for it. You didn't put in like 100 hours and just grind it through it and try to do it really well. Yeah, maybe if you're playing a shooter, maybe your shooting skills got better, but sure as hell ain't like true persistence from before. Like I guarantee you, if you get the kids that are like early teens or a little bit younger than that, or even maybe a little bit older, but in their 20s, try to let them play some like Super Mario World, the first one, or Contra. And if they didn't beat it, see how they do. Or even if they get there, Golden Axe or something like that. Just play one of those games that you have to kind of go through and not have anything.
And not die fast.
And not die. Yeah. And you ain't got no continues. You better make sure you get that one-ups or something.
Contra was hard because you get shot once, he's just gone. Already.
Yeah, but you just cheat. Everybody knows the cheat code.
Gotta find the pattern. Ooh, gotta jump through the bullets.
Yep. Well, I mean, but you have that. But, you know what I mean? Even if you do that, see if they even still have the persistence. They're gonna be, oh, this game is hard.
Fun fact, you remember Mario Bros. 1 when he was fighting Bowser?
Yeah.
You had to run super fast and you gotta duck and slide underneath him when he jump for get the key.
Oh, yeah. The axe.
You have to look kind of, you have to plan your run and you have to jump, slide under him and then grab the axe.
Or over him. Or if you're powered up, just jump through him. Take the boost damage. But all of that, like Nate said, I can't is a word I won't use unless for sure, like something out of the world. Can you lift this 1,000 pounds? Nah, I don't think so. I'm gonna say hell no.
You know, like he was saying, you know, if you're overweight, right, and you cannot move, you can lose weight. Just don't eat. You know, you can just literally sit there and not eat for 5 to 7 days, and you will lose weight enough to move. So it's a fact. You go into ketosis, and even better yet, it'll eat the fat of your body, and that's what you would want to do. But here's the thing: it's not I can't; it's I don't want to. So that's the thing. Like it changes perspective, right? Like don't say I can't, and say I don't want to, or say okay, I want to do this because you can. Because there are people out there who would help you for free to help you get through that, you know. And then you find ways, right, to motivate you. Find people to be around you as you're going through it. The thing is, like, you know, I like to challenge my mind, you know, how much mentalness I could take, you know. Yeah, I did some dumb things like hold my hand on the flame just to see, like, you know, how long I can hold on to them. I just want to see how far I could go.
How long did you hold
on? It's kind of dumb, you know, but I want to test my mental ability for like.
I think that's partial physical too.
You know, I mean, it's like, you know, or doing like a like a chair. You know that chair? No. You stand against the wall and you sit down. You know, you lean against the wall.
Like iron chairs.
Iron chairs. And I want to see how long I can get it. You know, how long I can stay, and then the next day, let's go 2 more seconds, and then 5 more seconds. You know, and things like that. You know, the best things you can do is, like Travis used to say, you gotta research it. Just research. You know, research ways to make you better. That's all you have to do. Mental health. Find something that motivates you enough to make a difference for yourself. Okay, and then later on, you're gonna make a difference for others. If not, if you just wanna make a difference for yourself, hey, by all means, do it for yourself. But then you get a positive outcome, because then you get from I can't, you get a I can. And then also you have a process, how you did them.
True.
So you can always follow that process throughout your entire life. This is what got me to do this. So you try something different. Okay, I do this. You can do this. Sleep, whatever you gotta do. So you have to find your process of how to overcome whatever situations you're facing or what you're trying to build. What you think, Trev?
No, for sure. Definite. Like how Nate said, is making little benchmarks so you can overcome the
benchmark.
things,
That's it. Better. That's a good one.
get over your whatever you're trying to do. But it has to be like Nate said, it has to go with 2 more seconds or 1 more second longer or 1 more step or 2 more yards. All those kind of things all play. 1 more rep.
One more rep. Yeah.
Like that all is gonna help. Just doing that one little extra piece. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Bam. But also the other thing that I think will help people is if you when you're trying to do this, you have to have organization. You have to figure out. You have to drop a plan. Like what you're gonna do. You wake up, bam. This is what I'm gonna do, and this is how I'm going to do it. You know, you can allocate the time. It's just what are you doing with your time?
Yeah.
It's how can I move and be more efficient? How can I, do whatever I got to get done in a better amount of time? Well, for instance, is like we work. Like I tell some of the guys, like, you guys work very inefficiently. Meaning is it should be more like when you're working, if you're going from point A to point B, carry the things you need with you there. On your way back, if you have to grab somebody's material, take the trash, throw it away. Make your movements count. If you work more efficiently, I think you'll progress and get better unconsciously. But it's getting that in your head, thinking everything you're doing, I want to be 2 steps ahead. Like if everybody thought I want to be 2 steps ahead, if you know what I mean, in construction, if they thought that, things would probably go a little bit more quicker, or guarantee it would go quicker. If it was sales, you probably wouldn't have people in lines going that much, and people buying stuff, they would be thinking as well, because it goes 2 ways. The cashier only can do what they can do. Granted, there's some real slow ones, but it's also the person, I don't know if I want this. Maybe, no, you know what, I forgot. Instead of you having just everything, I have a coupons, here it is. This is for this, and this, and this. It's done. Or if you even had, the best one would be medical. If you had doctors. Instead of them going, I think, they would go like, well, it looks like it could be these 3 things. Let's test all 3. They usually just do, let's just try one. They do that. And to me is, why wait? There's no waiting. There's no waiting in anything. Think about it. Okay, your health, that's super important because you're going to die. If it was building a place, you kind of want that thing up as soon as possible. If it's your house or your business or your building or your property, you want that thing built as fast as possible. They're getting paid to do it, and if they do it ahead of schedule, better yet. If it's when you're shopping and stuff, if it's more efficient, more productive, you can get to that extra piece that you wanted to do in that day. I could go and work out, for instance, for 10 minutes. Just those little steps, 2 steps ahead.
Small steps too.
2 steps. It's not hard. For instance, when you use the bathroom, after you wipe your butt, you're going to pull up your pants, right? Then you're going to wash your hands, and then you're going to unlock and open the door. There you go. That's 3 steps right there. Simple. Hell, you want to go further? Then you go, okay, what am I doing after this? If you're going to say, I'm sitting down watching TV, okay, that's what you're doing. I got to go wash dishes, or I got to cook dinner, or after that, I got to do clothes, or you plan it out. Like wake up early, use the bathroom, grab the clothes, go outside, do the laundry. Start it early. Because then you don't have to complain about, I have to wait 2 hours for my clothes to dry. You can let it dry while everybody's sleeping. You can still do stuff around that you got to do. And then by the time it's like 7 o'clock or whatever, depends on what time you wake up, you throw it in a dryer. You don't have to worry about it stinking. You can go out for an hour, 2 hours, do what you got to do, come back home, do your laundry, cook food for dinner, whatever you want to do, and then go about your day. I mean, I usually look at it when I do it. I usually try to plan my day. Like I usually look at what I got to do that day, typically, especially during the weekdays. And I kind of like map out where I'm going to go. And in my head every morning while I'm on the porcelain throne, I'm over there like, okay, I'm going to...
Thinking man's throne.
Yeah. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go here, 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 here. And I'm actually drawing it in my head. And sometimes when I do it, like, even if I put it, I do it visually like this. Okay, I'm going to go here, here, here. Oh, wait, there's a place over here I could have went. and I kind of backtrack, and then I revise what's on my plans of the day, and I do it. And then I kind of have it flow until I get to the very end of whatever I have to do. And when I hit that ending part of that day, then I'm done. But I do that every day, and to see what I gotta do. And then when I'm done with that, I'm always thinking, okay, what do I do when I go home? I want to relax for sure, but if I can't, what do I gotta do? Is there things I have to do? And then from there, I'm thinking of what the next day is already. Okay, what is the next thing we gotta do? Where we gotta go? How I'm gonna plan it out? How I'm gonna move? What do I gotta do? All of those things, so that I try to make all my movements go as quickly as possible. And everything I do that I notice that a lot of people do too to push forward is you have to move with urgency.
Yeah.
Urgency, not like flying through traffic 90 miles an hour, weaving in and out. But when you move, when you walk,
with a purpose.
yeah, move like it's your time's clicking, people. You only have one life, and it goes by pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I look at it. Nate, what do you think?
No, like I think it, like, to say with Travis, you want to move with a purpose. You don't want to, when you're doing something that is important, right, or movement, you want to move with a purpose. You want to move like you're excited to do it. That's another thing that I think this generation, never missed on. My uncles say, "Wow, when you do stuff, you do like you love it. Even if you don't love it, you look like you love it, and you're gonna love it every day. Like shoveling out one trench or something like that. You gotta look happy, enthusiastic. But you know why? Because he would tell me that, because if you look down, then it's gonna bleed effect to everybody else, and everybody's gonna work with depression. Of course, it's hard. Of course, you don't wanna be there, but you push yourself mentally that you wanna be it, and then you love it. That's what all the great people in our nation who fight, Navy SEALs, Green Berets, the Marines, the Army, they push themselves to love the pain, to pack on 50 pounds and go hiking. But they are going to save us when times of war and stuff. So they learn and they train to love it. And if we all had that mentality to love what we don't like to do, running, lifting weights, working hard, piping, wiring, whatever it is, shoveling, when we learn to love it, then it becomes easy and it becomes second nature.
True.
Because it becomes a part of us. We're children. When they make us mad and they frustrate us, we learn to love it, love them through it, and explain to them, you are killing me by acting like this, and explain to why and what they're doing, and then you can show them, hey, you're arguing, you're not listening. These are all things that are gonna have consequences in your life. When you get older, there is no forgiveness for not listening. The cop tell you to go down on your hands, and you don't listen, pop, 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 down. Then you're going to really go down. So that kind of things like that, you have to listen. You train your children to listen to you and don't just yell at them and tell them, hey, and curse at them or just do the negative. You have to explain to them why, if they do this is what's going to happen. Case in point, my son, I told him we was going to give, we was giving away toys. And he said, hey, Dad, can I keep this tiger? I told him no. So when I came back, he told me the truth. Hey, Dad, I took the tiger. I was very upset with him. I said, you stole. I told you not to do it, and you took it without asking. That's stealing. So then I explained to him, how that was wrong, how he never listened. So I told him this. I said, next time you steal, I'm going to take you to the police station. Because that's where you're going to go when you steal. You're like, no, Daddy. And I said, and then I goes, you can't. And I explained to him, he said, son, I forgive you like this because you can be forgiven now. But if you don't do the right thing, if you do the wrong thing and you steal and you take from others, two outcomes going to come. Either that person is going to kill you for stealing what you took, or you're going to go to jail. Nothing ever going to come good from taking from other people, right? So I empowered my son to really think about it, and I asked him right away, son, what is stealing? Taking things without asking. Fast he went and learn. So I told him, and I also told my son that he has to understand to hear no. Because in life, you're going to hear no plenty. You hear no plenty in your life. So he has to understand that as well, that you're going to have no's. And if you want it, you have to work for what you want. Just like me and Travis, we work hard for our money. We cannot give our kids every time what they like. We can't even get what we like. There's a Gibson guitar I get. Cost thousands of dollars. I really want it, but I can't do it because I have responsibilities. So I then pass that on to my children. Hey, I know you like this toy, but I like one. I like something else too. So we both gonna suffer. We both not gonna get what we like. And then you can also teach him, if you work and save your money, you can get that. So you empower them as well. You empower your children to have self-empowerment, how to have responsibility, how to work for what they want, how if they save their money, they can get stuff. How if they don't take, there's going to be one day you're going to get blessed because they're going to understand. Some people might look, oh, this kid is awesome, and just give them to you because they saw how much sacrifice. You never grumbled. You never complained. You didn't steal it, but you're working hard to get it. Some people might just throw in the rest of the lot for you. That happened to me. Probably happened to Travis too. They saw how much they're working hard. Like, here, just donate them. Everybody, go get them already. Because people like that. That's a motivation that they want to see. They want to see drive.
And that's a dying trait.
That's a dying trait. I'm going to end and let Travis talk about this. So the next topic is what I want to talk about is drive, to self-empowerment. What is your drive? Go ahead, Trev. What do you think?
No, definite. The drive, like we were saying, is dying because it's not being taught. Like and it starts simple. Like I just seen Titus yesterday. He had his Legos. The thing broke. He gets all mad. He's like, help! I say, bro, try, fix it. And you start step one by just showing it the piece can fit on top. Push it on top. You don't just go there and push and go here so they come quiet. You tell them, you fix it. I will help you a little bit, but I'm gonna show you how to do it and let them fix it. And when it breaks again, they're gonna cry and some just try. You didn't even try. That's the part of drive is you gotta start it young. You gotta challenge the children and let them have a hard time. Don't give them everything. Make them work for it hard, because what's gonna happen is if you don't, you're gonna see who's silver spoon fed later in life. And meaning is that's a lot of people, period. Forget the generations. A lot of people are silver spoon fed, too soft. You guys don't want to work. You know what I mean? If you're taking offense, then you probably want a silver spoon fed person. And that's the truth. But, you can break out of that. You have to think of it as what can I do to move forward? People that are usually complaining about stuff is usually a lot of the time silver spoon fed people. Instead of like, you know what? I just gonna pound through this thing and whatever, and you go. But what you have to try to do is figure out what drives you. Everybody has something that drives them. What? That's on you. Mine was always just competition. Oh, you better than me. I would just stay quiet and okay. For now, you're better than me until I get better than you. Granted, there's limitations. Like I said, it's not like you're gonna try to go against a freaking world-class athlete and try to power lift past them. Like that ain't gonna happen. But you can go, okay, let's go pound for pound then. Or something else. You have to pick something within reason. But you still have to have that drive. To wake up and just drop over and just be like, nah. You're never gonna get change. You can't push through something if you don't have that drive. At all. Zero. It's impossible. But if you have that drive, like, okay, I want to do this. And like I said, it's planning. Planning is helping to have drive. I'm going to do this today, and this is how I'm going to do it. That's step one of drive. That's step one of getting past what you want to do. That's how it works. Putting those, like I said, making those little goals. Just little steps. Boom. One more. Two more. One more rep. Whatever. Hey, I remember I used to do things like for work. If there was 10 outlets, the ones you have to plug in, if you have to do that, and let's say if I said I want to do 10 outlets in 15 minutes, and I didn't do it in 15 minutes, I would see whatever time I finished that. So if it was like 17 minutes, and I would be like, okay, you know what can I do to make it faster? Okay, and I would same scenario though, because you got to make it even, right, for the challenge. And what I would do is I'd put the next 10 outlets, and I would be like, okay, maybe I got to move a little bit faster. Have a box or something so I can slide it so it's quicker or whatever. And I would push it, and I would try to get 17 minutes down to like 16 minutes. And eventually you get to that point. But it's still that drive that would get me going like hard. So I would just be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and I would do that. Like it goes with anything. When we was training with my other friend, they were all really, really, really good athletes in MMA and stuff. And what I would do is I would just sit there, and when it'd be my turn, my one friend told me, Trav, why are you doing this? You know that he's just gonna outpower you and just smash you. I was like, yeah, but you told me, one, never just sit there and play possum. Number two is, in reality, is he's gonna smash me no matter what, so I might as well just try. And three was, if I got tapped out or whatever in 30 seconds, my next goal is to survive to 35 seconds. I was like, and then they just looked at me, they're like, oh. And then they go, but why you keep pushing? I was like, because I didn't get to 35 seconds, or I didn't get to 40 seconds, or whatever it was that I would look at the time while we're rolling or whatever we're doing. And I would just look, and I'd be like, okay, 5 more seconds. Even if it was just holding it as much as I could before I had to tap for 5 more seconds, I would just hold it. And then, 1 second went by. Okay, I'm doing good. I don't know if I can do it. No, I can. Okay, 5, tap, boom. And I made my 5 seconds more. And I would be smiling walking away, and it'd be like, what the hell what are you doing? It was 5 seconds more than what I did before. What you think, Nate?
No, that's how you do it. I was like Travis, I was super competitive. I kind of am still yet, but I was a competitive way to cheat. So I used to play basketball. A funny story. Not really funny. I thought it was funny. There's one guy kept capping me like that. I was like, this guy talking trash. So what I did was I did one Charles Barkley move one time, where I went go for the jump, and I went go down here and go for cap me. And I went under his legs and lift up, and he went flying down, falling on here, and he fell down and he hurt his shoulder. And to this day, I get gratitude and gratification when I think about it. That's just me. I have issues. I have to work that out, right? But this is a funny story. I'm like Travis. I like weed. If you tapping me out, I'm gonna bite your calf or something. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bite your arm. Like, if you over me, I'm gonna do whatever I can like that for like get you to win. That's just me being super competitive. I used to hate, like I was telling Travis, my fear was being fearful. I hate being afraid. I hated it. So I used to push myself into areas where, like, jumping off a cliff in Maui to water like 80 feet from the stuff to a hole that looked like this big to the bottom. I just didn't like to be afraid. When I played football, and I was playing in the Red Division against Kahuku and like YNI, I was like 5'6", 165 playing center. And I would study ways of how a small person like me could work and maneuver and to defeat gigantic people, facing guys like 6'2", 300 pounds. But I had a fear of fear. I didn't like to be afraid. So I throw my body out there recklessly. I'm paying for it now. Do I have regrets? No. I don't have regrets because that was a drive in me to be the best I could be. And I won some of the battles. I can tally, I can say, this is what I won, this is what I lost, but I can always go back to what I won. Even it may be small.
No.
You fight them 10 times, you block them, you go against them head on 10 times. But that two that I won, I remember distinctly what I did, and I'm proud of myself because I adjusted. I adjusted to the situation and I won. What do you have to adjust for you to win in any aspect? Okay? Yes, you may think, oh, that guy has issues. Yes, I do. And I work it out. And that was me of empowering myself to do things. Was it correct all the time? Absolutely not. But I did it though. Right? I did it. I found a solution and I won. Even though it was the wrong way, correct. But now that I look at it, I can adjust and do it the correct way. But you as an individual gotta find your way of being confident and winning something in your life, okay? I'm not telling you to cheat. That's on you. That's on you. If you want to double dip underneath somebody when they're trying to block you and take their legs right under you, that's up to you. That's up to you. And And but if you don't want to do that, you want to be a good person, you find any type of way to win for yourself. So you can say, winner palm tree, like kickboxer. You can put your winner Sam, winner Cheryl, whatever your name is out there, winner. And take that for yourself. I think, in modesty, we was taught to be humble, plenty.
Yeah.
Which is good. But sometimes take a win for yourself and exploit it.
Makes you feel good.
Take them. You beat somebody at chess. Yeah, I beat you. But then after that, encourage them after. But take a win for yourself sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay? Be humble. 9 out of 10. But that one, I say take a win for yourself. Pat yourself on the back. Why not? Nobody else can do them sometimes. You do them yourself. You empower yourself. You say, yeah, I won. I tapped you out. Or I blocked your shot. Or I overpowered you in football. Or I overpowered you in wrestling. I took you down. I beat you at chess. I beat you at this. Take a win for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's the most important thing to empower yourself is learning how to take a win for yourself. Now, no, don't do that all the time. Because somebody's going to take you out because you cocky. Okay, there's a difference between cocky and taking a win for yourself. You know what I'm saying, Trav? There's a difference. Now, don't listen to me and, but my YouTube take off this video too because I involving bodily harm on people, whatever it is. But take a win for yourself, okay? But don't be cocky because somebody will try to take you out usually like that because that's the way of the world. But take a win for yourself. That's my ultimate thing. If I have to say anything here today, take a win for yourself once in a while. What do you think,
I like that. I actually like that. That's a good way to actually end the podcast too, because it's super, super positive.
Take a win, bro.
And it's true. What Nate is saying is true. You got to look at it. Take the win, meaning when you do something, sometimes be like, yeah, because it's like when you're teaching a kid how to do something for the first time, and you're giving them a reward. Like, oh, great job. They're like, oh yeah, I get an M&M now.
Yeah.
Similar concept, but you just do that with yourself, pride, with that pride. I mean, you don't have to go out there and be in everybody's face like, yeah, look at this, I beat this game. Like, really, do they care? No, but if you're playing with your other friends that do care about the game, you can be like, bro, look how far I got, or if you did whatever sport or whatnot. But definitely, I agree with Nate. You should take those little victories. Like, don't brag, but when it comes once in a while, be proud about it.
Yeah.
It's like when you're a little kid and you did something super amazing, or you drew something super cool and everybody liked it, and you went home and you showed it to mom and dad, look what I drew. And they're gonna be like, oh wow, or you might have a not nice parent and they'll just rip it up or throw it away and, oh wow, that's it.
Yeah.
Instead of like, wow, let's put it on the refrigerator, But I like that. That's a very good way to do it.
Yeah, take away for it. Let the world. Yeah, I won.
There you
I
go.
beat them. And then come back the next day humble, and somebody will like, oh, but who you was not say? I say no. I just say, you know what? If I offended you, I apologize. But I had to take a win for myself.
For your mental clarity.
For my mental clarity. And I go back to reality and be humble 99% of the time.
Yes, sir.
Take a win for yourself. That's my encouragement.
Hell yeah. But with that, take a win for yourself. It's a positive hour. We see you next week.
You're a winner.
Kidding.
See you later, winners.
Shoot.